Welcome to another Mr. Paul video. We're still on 2.1, the integer exponents. But in this video, we're talking about rule number 3, the product of powers property, the PPP. Okay, what the product of powers property says, if I have a to the m and I multiply it by a to the n, it's equal to a to the m plus n. Now this is confusing at first because once again, these are A's and M's and N's and stuff. I can think of A, B, M, and N are all just numbers, okay? But let me be clear what this is saying. If I look at this A, okay, and this A, okay, I'm going to say that when these both say A, right, what we're really saying is that these are the same number. So what I'm saying is, if I have some number to an exponent, and I'm multiplying it by the same number to a different exponent, I'm allowed to rewrite, right? I'm allowed to rewrite this as that number, but I get to add the exponents. So let me put a context in this. Let me put this in context, and it'll make more sense what I'm talking about. Suppose I have 5 squared, and I'm multiplying this times 5 to the 7th. 5 to the 7th. What is this equal to? According to this rule, so once again, the A's are the same, meaning these 5's are the same number. The bases are the same. If the bases are the same, and they each have exponents, what I'm allowed to do is rewrite it as A, meaning 5, to the m plus n. Now, m and n come from here, so it's m plus n, which means 2 plus 7. Now, I don't want to write it like this because 5 to the 2 plus 7, so let's just rewrite it as 5 to the 9th. Okay? Basically, what it's saying, if I have two bases, okay, that are the same, and I'm multiplying them together, I get to add the exponents. 2 plus 7 is 9. Why is this? Why am I allowed to do this? Okay, where did this rule come from? Well, let's think about it. Let's think about where this stuff comes from. I'm going to remove this middle part here and just get it simpler, right? 5 to squared times 5 to the 7th is 5 to the 9th. But how is this possible? Well, let's think about what is 5 squared. What's another way to write that? Well, we can think of 5 squared as 5 times 5, right? This part here is 5 squared. And I'm going to multiply that times 5 to the 7th. That's like saying 5 times 5, there's 2 of them, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, there's 6, there's 7. This part here is 5 squared. This huge part here, this part's 5 squared. 5 squared. I just rewrote it. This part here is 5 to the 7th. And they're being multiplied together. Do you understand what I'm trying to illustrate? Well, 5 times 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 5. Well, what is that equal to? Well, if we want to think of another way to rewrite this, I'm just repeated multiplication. That's what exponents are. I'm multiplying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 5's together. 9 5's. According to exponents, I'm saying multiply 5 9 times. 5 by itself 9 times, which is why I'm allowed to use this. Now, that's not my solution. What it is allowing me to rewrite it as 5 to the 9th. Now, if I want to know what 5 to the 9th is, I can calculate it. Simpler by using this rule. Now, if I write 5 to the 9th in the calculator, it'll be a much bigger number, okay? That's for another video, and you can solve this if you'd like. But let's do a couple more examples of using this property in this video. Say we have 3 to the third, and then we're going to multiply that by 3 to the second power. Okay, once again, my bases are the same, meaning the big number is the same, 3 and 3. If the bases are the same and both of them have exponents, right? If the bases are the same and they both have exponents, I get to add the exponents. I can rewrite this as 3 to the 5th, and this is easier math for me to solve. If I have 2 to the 10th times 2 to the negative 8. Mr. Paul threw in a negative. Remember, these rules work for any number. It says the bases are the same and they're being multiplied together. 2 to the 10th times 2 to the negative 8th. I get to add the exponents. 2 to the 10 plus negative 8 is positive 2. 10 plus negative 8 is positive 2. This is a much easier problem. One last one. 10 to the 5th times 10 to the 7th. How can you rewrite that? Pause the video, go ahead and give it a try. The bases are the same, 10 and 10. Okay, the bases are the same. And I have an exponent, a 5 and a 7. I get to add the two exponents together. 10 to the 5 plus 7 is 12. I sincerely hope all these videos are helping you guys. That's all for today's video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.